Stop everything, because what's happening with Alex Eala right now is turning heads across the tennis world. Just days before Wimbledon, she has done something that very few expected. She has taken down one of the hottest players on grass once again. But now, an even bigger test awaits. The next match could reveal whether Eala's incredible rise is the start of something special, or whether it's a stunning run that could disappear as quickly as it arrived. Just 1 week ago, Donna Vekic was celebrating with the Queen's Club trophy in London after defeating Emma Raducanu in the final. She was riding an impressive 6-match winning streak and looked like one of the most dangerous players of the entire grasscourt season. But on Wednesday in Berlin, Alex Eala stopped her momentum cold. The Filipina star defeated Vekic in straight sets, 7-5, 6-4, delivering yet another statement victory against the Croatian. Remarkably, this was the same player Eala had already beaten earlier this year in Auckland. Now, with Wimbledon less than 2 weeks away, Eala finds herself heading into a fascinating rematch against the only player who has managed to halt her progress on grass this season. It's a matchup that could tell us everything we need to know about where her game truly stands. Is this the beginning of a genuine breakthrough on the biggest stage? Or is it one of those brilliant grasscourt runs that tennis occasionally produces before fading away just as quickly? To understand why this moment is so important, you have to look at the incredible sequence of events that has unfolded over the last few weeks. Eala first captured the Birmingham Open title, securing the second WTA 125 championship of her career. In the final, she defeated her own doubles partner, Nikola Bartunkova, showcasing both confidence and consistency throughout the tournament. She then moved on to Queen's Club. Although she suffered a second-round defeat there, a result that seemed disappointing on paper, the loss didn't derail her momentum. Instead, she arrived in Berlin as a wild card and immediately produced another eye-catching performance. Waiting for her was Donna Vekic, the newly crowned Queen's Club champion who had lifted a grasscourt trophy only days earlier. Vekic entered the match full of confidence and carrying all the momentum that comes with a title run. It made no difference. Eala once again found a way to beat her. This was actually their second meeting of the season. Back in January, Eala battled past Vekic in a thrilling 3-set encounter in the Auckland round of 32, winning 4-6, 6-4, 6-4 after a hard-fought comeback. Now she has done it again. 2 matches. 2 different surfaces. Hard court in January. Grass court in June. And both times, Alex Eala emerged victorious. The result gives her a perfect 2-0 record against the Croatian on the WTA Tour and highlights just how much confidence she is carrying into the most important stretch of the season. What made the Berlin victory especially impressive was the way she handled adversity. Vekic struck first, earning an early break and looking ready to seize control of the match. But Eala refused to panic. She responded immediately with relentless pressure, breaking back twice and completely shifting the momentum. Trailing 2-4, she rattled off 3 consecutive games to take command of the opening set and force Vekic onto the defensive. Her serving was equally impressive. Eala fired 7 aces while committing only 2 double faults, maintaining a level of discipline that proved crucial during the biggest moments. Most importantly, she showed remarkable composure under pressure. Across the entire match, she faced 14 breakpoints and managed to save 12 of them, repeatedly shutting the door whenever Vekic threatened to fight her way back. Those aren't just impressive statistics, they're the numbers of a player whose confidence is growing stronger with every match and whose self-belief is becoming impossible to overlook. This isn't a player simply riding a hot streak or benefiting from favorable circumstances. This is a player delivering under genuine pressure, again and again, in the exact moments that determine who wins and who loses. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. Former world number 9 Andrea Petkovic recently pointed to one specific weakness that she believes separates Alex Eala from the very top tier of women's tennis. Speaking honestly, Petkovic said, the serve is very inconsistent. She has those weeks where she can't make first serves, and the second serve is very attackable. It's a fair assessment from someone who understands the WTA Tour at the highest level. In fact, that question mark has followed Eala throughout much of her young career. The talent has never been in doubt. The ball striking has always been exceptional. The shot-making ability is undeniable. But the serve? That's been the area many believed could hold her back. Which is exactly why what happened against Donna Vekic in Berlin was so significant. The biggest moment of the match arrived with Eala serving for victory at 5-4 in the second set. The pressure could not have been higher. Vekic sensed an opportunity and launched one final charge, racing to 0-40 and earning 3 consecutive break points. For many players with serving issues, that's the moment everything falls apart. Instead, Eala responded with remarkable composure. She saved all 3 break points. Then, when the tension reached its peak, she delivered back-to-back unreturnable serves to seal one of the biggest wins of her grass court season. That wasn't fortune. That wasn't a lucky escape. That was a player trusting her game and executing flawlessly when the pressure was at its absolute highest. After the match, Eala reflected on the battle and revealed the mindset that helped her survive those crucial moments. "I told myself that she was fighting back, but I'm also a fighter, so I had to keep trying. Every time I play Donna, it's always difficult. She's such an incredible player. I'm very happy with today's result." But perhaps even more revealing was the way she described her mental approach throughout the match. "I think after one point, especially if she wins it with a winner, you have to recollect, forget the last point, and stay in the moment. I decide before I serve. It's a simple philosophy, yet it's incredibly powerful. And honestly, it's a remarkably mature way for a 21-year-old player to talk about pressure, adversity, and competition at the highest level. More importantly, it's the mindset of someone who is beginning to look increasingly comfortable on tennis's biggest stages. Make your decision before you serve. Forget the point that just happened. Focus only on the next one." It sounds simple when you hear it. In reality, it's one of the most difficult skills in professional tennis. Under intense pressure, with momentum constantly shifting and thousands of eyes watching, very few players can truly stay present. Yet that's exactly what Alex Eala has been doing throughout this remarkable run. And now comes the challenge that could define her entire grass court season. Elena Rybakina. This is where the story becomes far more complicated. Because the recent head-to-head history doesn't exactly favor Eala. Just last month in Rome, Rybakina delivered a commanding straight-sets victory, winning 6-4, 6-3. She broke Eala's serve 4 times and dominated behind her own delivery, capturing an impressive 73% of her first serve points. Those numbers are difficult to ignore. But there's an important detail that changes the entire conversation. That match was played on clay. This one will be played on grass. And in tennis, few surface changes matter more than that. Grass transforms matches. It rewards different strengths, exposes different weaknesses, and often produces entirely different outcomes. For Rybakina, the switch to grass is especially significant because this is the surface where she becomes one of the most dangerous players in the world. Ever since capturing the Wimbledon title in 2022, she has established herself as one of the elite grass court players on the WTA Tour. Her serve is already among the most feared weapons in women's tennis. On grass, it becomes even more devastating. The faster surface amplifies her power, shortens rallies, and allows her to take control of points almost immediately. Opponents often find themselves under pressure before the rally has even begun. That's why Rybakina isn't simply a good grass court player. She's one of the very best on the planet. Which makes this upcoming showdown such a fascinating test for Eala. Yet there is another side to this story that makes the matchup far more intriguing than many people realize. Eala's recent grass court form may be the most important variable in the entire equation. While much of the attention has focused on her breakthrough victories and growing confidence, her performances on grass have quietly become one of the most encouraging stretches of her season. Match after match, she has looked increasingly comfortable, increasingly confident, and increasingly capable of competing with some of the biggest names in the sport. That is what makes this clash so compelling. On one side stands a proven Wimbledon champion and one of the most dominant grass court players of her generation. On the other stands a rising star whose belief is growing with every victory and whose game appears to be reaching a new level at exactly the right time. The question now is simple: can Alex Eala deliver yet another breakthrough performance against one of the most dangerous players in women's tennis? Or will Elena Rybakina remind the world exactly why she remains one of the most feared forces on grass? That's the question hanging over Berlin. And after what Eala did to Donna Vekic, the belief surrounding her chances is growing stronger than ever. In fact, there is an increasingly convincing argument that grass may actually be the surface best suited to Eala's game. Her aggressive ball striking, willingness to attack early, and ability to step inside the baseline create a style that naturally thrives on grass courts. Rather than engaging in long defensive exchanges, Eala prefers to take time away from her opponents, forcing them to react instead of dictate. That approach is particularly effective on grass. The lower bounce and faster pace reward players who commit to first-strike tennis. They reward courage, aggression, and quick decision-making. And those qualities have become increasingly visible throughout Eala's recent run. Every match seems to be reinforcing the same message: her game belongs on this surface. This Berlin campaign marks Eala's third grass court tournament of the season and the 17th tournament of her year overall. More importantly, it forms part of her preparation for what will be only the second Wimbledon main draw appearance of her career. Only the second. That detail is easy to overlook amid all the excitement surrounding her recent results. For all the momentum she has generated, for all the confidence she has built, Eala is still relatively new to competing at this level on grass and at the sport's most prestigious event, which makes the opportunity in front of her even more significant. A victory over Rybakina in Berlin would likely rank among the greatest singles wins ever achieved by a Filipino tennis player. But the impact would extend far beyond the headlines. It would also strengthen her Wimbledon position by helping secure a more favorable seeding, potentially giving her a better path through the draw when the championships begin on June 29. And perhaps most importantly, it would provide undeniable proof that her recent surge is no accident. What should give Eala genuine confidence heading into this rematch is one simple fact: she is not the same player who lost to Rybakina in Rome. The version of Eala arriving in Berlin looks sharper, stronger, and far more complete. The serve that Andrea Petkovic openly questioned has shown clear signs of improvement throughout the grass court season. The 7 aces against Vekic. The ability to save break points under intense pressure. The calmness she displayed while serving out one of the biggest wins of her year. Those are not small improvements. Those are signs of a player actively solving one of the biggest weaknesses in her game. Perhaps even more encouraging is the composure she has displayed during critical moments. Instead of tightening under pressure, Eala has repeatedly elevated her level when matches reach their most decisive stages. That mental strength could prove just as important as any forehand or serve when she steps onto the court against Rybakina. Because talent alone rarely defeats champions. Belief does. And right now, Alex Eala appears to have more belief than ever before. That's what makes this matchup so fascinating. Rybakina's game remains largely the same regardless of the surface. Her biggest weapon, her serve, is devastating everywhere. Whether it's hard court, clay, or grass, she relies on the same powerful foundation that has made her one of the most dangerous players on the WTA Tour. But Eala's story is different. Her game has visibly evolved during this grass court season. The movement is more confident. The shot selection is sharper. The serving has become more reliable. And perhaps most importantly, she looks increasingly comfortable playing the aggressive, first-strike tennis that grass rewards so heavily. These aren't just temporary improvements. They're the kind of adjustments that transform a talented young prospect into a genuine contender, someone capable of challenging elite players week after week, regardless of rankings, reputations, or past results. That's why, no matter what happens against Rybakina, the bigger picture is already impossible to ignore. The story of this grass court season has already been written. Alex Eala, currently ranked world number 35, has defeated a Queen's Club champion twice in the same season. She captured the Birmingham title. She has produced some of the best tennis of her career. And she has built the strongest grass court momentum she has ever carried into Wimbledon. Most importantly, she has proven that she belongs on these stages. Just months ago, many people viewed her as a promising young talent with potential. Today, she's becoming something much more dangerous, a player opponents genuinely have to worry about. And as she prepares for only the second Wimbledon main draw appearance of her career, she arrives in London carrying something every great run begins with: belief. Real belief. Belief built through victories, through pressure moments survived, through doubts answered, and through performances that continue to get stronger with each passing week. Whether she finally finds a way to overcome Elena Rybakina or not, one thing is clear: Alex Eala is no longer just a player of the future. She's becoming a player of the present. And the rest of the tennis world is starting to notice. Now the question is yours: can Alex Eala finally defeat Elena Rybakina on grass? And how far do you think she can go at Wimbledon this year? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me continue bringing you new tennis content every single day. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.